Out of the slime and darkness it comes to inflict its life-destroying poison on the careless, the unwary, the unprotected.
Check this out. Weather tops. I'm from Gorgoroth. I'm hot as shit right here. Who cracked the asphalt? I'm staring at mirrors on fast forward. Blow up ciphers after the oven gas blowing. I'll pull the balcony down to where the last row is. The last flow is undetectable media mass poets. Continue female harvesting during summer months. The breeze blowing into my neighbor's backs, the hardest thing. A man exists with wild wings. The Lion King squats in circles of fire rings. My delusions get worse every day. I rehearse what I say before I leave home to watch you fold skirts working away. It appears there's a vampire in the mist. On horseback he sits, gathering through the mist. Slowly with the lantern ripped, in wounds from two silver bullets shot to a splint. A gimp who walks with a slight limp, extended wings 100 feet longer than aircraft carriers and cargo ships. Gliding between the sun and the moon 5 seconds before they eclipse. In every leap year the natives form a circle on the cliffs and burn their firstborn to celebrate this. Archaic, levitating with the beaten spaceships, glowing green radiation in a junkyard oasis. I would love to see a spell to counter that. I wasn't delivered from a snatch. I was built from scratch, put together in a meat market where they process cats and leftover animal scraps. I then sat up and made my escape through the ventilation shaft. The only choruses you'll hear coming from my throat will be the suffering moans of all the swallowed souls that my stomach holds. Cartilaginous, focus, a fish that passes salt water out of my tissues to my gills by osmosis, converting NH2 and hydrogen ions to form ammonias and secrete toxins into the oceans. A deep sea survivor, releasing spores from my oral fibers that cannot be recovered by coral divers. I make death scenery look pleasant like funeral home floral designers. I bring the air raid on battle rhymers, like flying a 1950s mortar bomb diver, wearing airliner visors, dropping nukes on rice paddies and miners. My minefield has pitch dark with elephant tusks at the bottom facing up that trap tigers. I lost in an arm, went AWOL and brainwashed Cambodian villagers into believing I was a god. And my demands were odd. I had them pelt me with metal prods and pierce themselves through the palm. Oh phlegathon, lend me an extroverted skeleton to rest my splintered legs upon. Let's re-embark on a forest where the dead trees bleed through the bark, cause they contain gluttonous human hearts that pump the sound of an untooled wooden harp. Plants with arms act as crushing mandible parts. I'll baptize you in rubbing alcohol and rock salt, and you can't speak at all cause the nails in your balls give you lockjaw. My crawl space thinks a lot more since I forgot the combination to the corpse and my lock vaults. I shock vaults through dead bodies during possession exercises and religious cults. View from belly of airliner, wipe the condensation from off pilot visors, and drop the definition of bizarre sculptures with the word vulgar and highlighter. Gut biters, kids sleep till I have to duff cats twice my size and Gary Coleman bus drivers. Jack and me alone inside of a circle is a bug cipher. Scientist ask how does this win pipe work? I'll drive a dump truck to a crowd of bikers and have to wash off the ligaments from the driver's side with windshield wipers. I'll rip out your little sister's tear ducts and wipe her upside down smiles away. I murder full time but still manage to run over 12 miles a day. Serial killing, odd patterns, the cycles will change. Touch fabric, tiles and space. I can watch my physical form from 10 miles away. I'm a lefty, but when I switch stabbing arms during forced sex it gets messy. The latest updated forensic techniques couldn't get me, I'm too sketchy. I floss like my mother dressed me, a selling flat scene. Now none of your nuts, ink blocks and bottles of dust. Who else can best describe the inner rotting of guts besides me? I'll squat in the hut, chewing on adrenal glands, face more painted in palm prints of blood, screaming at the top of my lungs. Because the cricket legs moving in my skull, they don't stop when I'm done. Grip mic solid enough, with almost the same exact chokehold as the salvo, but I polished it up. And what do you know about stage presence? Mine is fat and way tremendous. I get amped and crowds gather to block the fire escape exits, to see what sounds like me and elephants in rage wrestling. Walk away with his tufts and braids bended, flex weight and then sit.
I think about all kinds of things. Blue makes me think of the
No, wait a second, Jack on a happy beat, but it's hard for me. I can drag teams during handicap track meets. Gold medalist, wheelchair basketball, pole vaulting athlete on acid tabs. Octopod, the Martian gods brought me a fossil of a frog to be dropped in a pond and then watched it evolve. On the spinning colorful lights on the top that revolve. After the moon dropped the fog, I burn odd-shaped circles in farmers' crops to be solved. Let's begin uranium mining. During my CAT scan, there was unidentified alien findings. Tucked under my stomach's inner lining, stuck intertwining, while coinciding with the constellation of stars aligning on perfect timing. During the exact moment the sun's declining. Check this. I call on the legend. Hard at work in a small loft I rented. I'm inventing a torture machine ran from a lawnmower engine. My latest weapon, equipped with human detection. It can shred an elephant's bones in a matter of seconds. I've got a treehouse with a rope ladder from intestines, and a terrace with a breathtaking view of a cemetery entrance. I lurk in burnt-down apartments to collect rent and kill my tenants. Eventually I was arrested for kidnapping Girl Scouts and trying on their dresses. I made a flesh necklace, carrying a cosmetic bag of vibrators in a graveyard to catch fetishes. My sick style, wearing a green face with a Grinch's smile, then set on fire at a witch's trial. I finished my house and buried all my children in the kitchen tile.
Enjoy it may summer abound. Enjoy it may summer abound. Enjoy it may summer abound.
I hope everyone else really bop. Skizzy doo-wop, dee-woo-doo-da. I hate myself, so it's gotta be impossible to like somebody else. I said, I hate myself. The chorus is, it's gotta be impossible for me to like somebody else. You fucking pussies, who influenced the poetic visual art rookies? My ideas make some envious sheep herds pop woodies. By accident, somebody came up with some quoted lines from a heroin addict activist. Homo handprints and overconfident manuscripts, but I'm a passive kid. And watch how quickly a paddle boat can switch into a battleship. Last round web surfing bookworm versus raw talented. Tenenbaum, family talisman, rich neighborhood, obnoxious, burnout, arrogant, paranoid yuppie. But that alone is enough to make me wedge a golf club in your front teeth, and that's unconfidential, off record and unclean. Avant-garde druggie, late 80s rebel grunge teen. 4 years of going noticed and unseen. In one scene, the oval surgeon slices the blue octopus's tongue speed and walks around his mind state to hunt dreams. As the native spears the antelope, the mind angry antidote pushes into the human forms manifold and punches upward through the solar plex to the stomach envelopes, and skull hemorrhages and head explodes. I'll break your vessel and make your soul a centerfold and freeze it outside and piss on a pedestal when the weather's cold. I hate myself, so the chorus is, it's gotta be impossible to like somebody else. He said he hates himself. Why? So it's gotta be impossible for him to like somebody else. I hate myself. So who cares? Oh, too bad. Let's keep it simple, brief, on messy acrylic art turf. For real pedophilia off camcorder during hard work. You're offbeat like how a baby's hard work. Smart jerk, walk 15 blocks to your crib to break in after I park first. Just sitting on Indian burial grounds and marked dirt. A wolf scalp feathered sitting bare with fists brewing dark curse. On horseback I chatter verse and gallop across just a tomahawk. Lop your cabbage off like Amawalk. Natives squat next to water banks and gather moss. Hurl Ecuadorian javelins at ribs like matadors. You're a novice. Pin pop balloon heads bloated. Block the air passage to your throat with a garden hose and no motive. I'll sew your bitch's mouth open, roll on a Trojan and have sex for the face, spermicide coated. I hate myself, so it's gotta be impossible for me to like somebody else. Why do I hate myself? Because it's gotta be impossible for me to like somebody else. He said he hates himself.